Hi, Blue Fox here. On September 27th, 2015, I took pictures of the eclipse of the moon. I set up my 5-inch telescope using a 17mm eyepiece and took these snapshots. You will notice in the pictures stars show through the dark portions of the moon. And as I go through them, I'll blow them up a little larger so you can see these stars. I'll point to one. There's a blue star here, a white star. There's another star right here that shows up quite good. And that's that picture. Move on to the next one. You can actually see the stars here. So we'll zoom in and we'll see a red star with a white star right in here. And then there's 3 stars, a white star, a blue star, and another blue star. And there's a white star pretty much over here. Okay, now this one here you can see the stars. 1, 2. That's pretty bright. Now I'll zoom in on it. Now there's a red star, white star, showing through the moon, white star, and then blue star again, with another star over here. And as we go further down, we see another blue star and a white star. There's more stars that I'm picking up on this film. They do have 2 stars out here and on the edge, but this is basically closer to the left side of the moon. Moving on, you can see 2 stars here. There's another star here, 2 stars down the bottom, and another star here. So we'll zoom that up for you. There's the one on the bottom. Some stars shining through. And there's another 2 stars. Faint one in the background. And we have this star, this blue star, and this white star. Also we have 1 star shining through here. And we look at this, we see the stars shining through again. So what my point is the moon transparent? I've heard people talk about that, and as I see these pictures, I see that there's stars shining through like they had predicted. Another shot. You're not getting bored, but I'll show you the stars that are shining through. Very brightly lit. Right on the edge here, very nice. And one down here, very bright. If we move further, we have 3 stars, 1, 2, and 3. And that concludes my pictures. Now I'll leave it up to you to decide what you think.
Sunlight and moonlight clearly have altogether different properties, and furthermore, the moon itself cannot physically be both a spherical body and a reflector of the sun's light. Reflectors must be flat or concave for the light rays to have any angle of incidence. If a reflector's surface is convex, then every ray of light points in a direct line with the radius perpendicular to the surface, resulting in no reflection. Dr. Samuel Rowbotham wrote, "Again, if the moon is a sphere, which it is declared to be, how can its surface reflect the light of the sun? If her surface was a mass of polished silver, it could not reflect from more than a mere point." Attests that the moon is self-luminescent and not a mere reflector of sunlight in Genesis 1:16, where it states that God made 2 great luminaries, the greater luminary to rule the day, and the lesser luminary to rule the night. Not only is the moon clearly self-luminescent, shining its own unique light, but it is also largely transparent. NASA photoshoppers claim the moon is a dark, spherical planetoid, yet with our own eyes, or through a telescope, we can see it is actually a bright, circular, semi-transparent luminary. On a clear night, during a waxing or waning cycle, it is even possible to occasionally see stars and planets directly through the surface of the moon. On March 7, 1794, 4 astronomers, 3 in Norwich, 1 in London, wrote in the Philosophical Transactions of the Royal Astronomical Society that they, quote, saw a star in the dark part of the moon, which had not then attained the first quadrature, and from the representations which are given, the star must have appeared very far advanced upon the disk. Sir James South of the Royal Observatory in Kensington wrote a letter to the Times newspaper, April 7, 1848, that, quote, on the 15th of March, 1848, when the moon was 7½ days old, I never saw her unillumined disk so beautifully. On my first looking into the telescope, a star of about the 7th magnitude was some minutes of a degree distant from the moon's dark limb. I saw that its occultation by the moon was inevitable. The star, instead of disappearing the moment the moon's edge came into contact with it, apparently glided on the moon's dark face, as if it had been seen through a transparent moon, or as if a star were between me and the moon. I have seen a similar apparent projection several times. The cause of this phenomenon is involved in impenetrable mystery. In the monthly notices of the Royal Astronomical Society, for June 8, 1860, Thomas Gaunt stated that the, quote, occultation of Jupiter by the moon on the 24th of May, 1860, was seen with an achromatic of 3.3 inches aperture, 50 inches focus, the immersion with a power of 50, and the immersion with a power of 70. At the immersion, I could not see the dark limb of the moon until the planet appeared to touch it, and then only to the extent of the diameter of the planet. But what I was most struck with was the appearance on the moon as it passed over the planet. It appeared as though the planet was a dark object, and glided onto the moon instead of behind it. And the appearance continued until the planet was hid, when I suddenly lost the dark limb of the moon altogether. I have personally also seen stars through the edge of the waxing and waning moon. It actually happens fairly often. If you are diligent and specifically observing for the phenomenon on starry nights, you can occasionally see it even with the naked eye. J. Atkinson wrote in Earth Review magazine that the moon is not a perfectly opaque body, but a crystallized substance, is shown from the fact that when a few hours old, or even at quarter, we can through the unilluminated portion see the light shining on the other side. Stars have also been observed through her surface. A star occulting a crescent moon has long been a popular symbol of Islam, was the symbol of the Ottoman Empire. It is found on the flags of Algeria, Azerbaijan, Libya, Malaysia, Mauritania, Pakistan, Singapore, Tunisia, Turkey, and in the coat of arms of countries from Croatia to Germany, Ireland, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Sweden, Ukraine, and the
So the pic we have here is from March 21st, 2018. What I want to show you here is pretty mind-blowing. There's other videos and pictures on YouTube and around the internet about this as well, but I've captured it for myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in. This picture was captured with a 60 times zoom. Now you can clearly see the end right there of the moon. There's the other end as it would form a disk. Okay, you see the outer part darkness, inner part darkness. Here we go. Outer part of the moon, As you can see, we have stars coming into focus. Just random stars, just everywhere. Stars, stars. See the moon? There's the edge of the moon. Stars everywhere. Let's go to the tip of the moon. Right there where it starts to bend. See the stars? But wait, oh, what do we have here? Check that out. So you could see stars through the moon. And you can try to say, oh, well, it's just bits and pieces of, the light hitting, reflecting. Okay. Then, light reflecting, okay. How does that light reflecting? So how did we go to the moon? How did they land on the moon? NASA's a bunch of liars. The moon is transparent. It's very similar to the sun. It kicks off cold like the sun kicks off hot. It's probably some type of gas or semi-solid object that God has created as part of his clock system in the heavens. It lights up blue, it lights up red. It shows certain things like a digital clock to tell us. The moon is transparent. The Lord only lights up what he wants to light up to show us when he wants to show us the cycles. That's it. So you could believe that picture. If you don't believe that one, well, let's go to another one. This is from the 23rd, March 23rd, 2018. And I haven't even started to blow up this picture yet. And you could already see the stars through the moon. Clear as day. It is clear as day. I splurged a little money on a Panasonic camera with taxes so I can get a 60 times zoom to get some chemtrail videos, moon, stars, things like that. So as you can see again, where the moon curves, where that outer edge is where it curves up. Stars. You could see straight through it. And it's not bending weird, and we're not catching it on a weird angle. You could see stars straight through it. And if you blow up this picture and you really analyze it, you could probably find some constellations in there. I'm not very good with that stuff, but I'm sure it's there. That would be the definitive proof. If anyone wants to have a copy of these photos, I will be happy and email them directly to you. Just put your email address in the comments and I will send them to you. And if you want to break them down, analyze them, try to debunk them, please do. If you can come up with a realistic explanation of why you can see the stars through the moon, please. You could look too. They're so random and different patterns, some brighter than others. It's not just reflections. But anyway, some amazing stuff. Like I said, leave some comments, leave your email address in the comments, and I will send you these two pictures unedited. I'll send them right to you. You can, break them down, enhance everything, do whatever you want.
Turn blue, we're breathing again. Thanks a lot. Okay, Houston, we've had a problem here. This is Houston, say again, please. Houston, we've had a problem.
Well, a funny thing happened on the way to the moon. That's the title of a video that I watched on YouTube. You can see astronauts hanging from wires, proving that astronauts and NASA are liars. They analyze photos and highlight mistakes with the moon landing missions. They show it was faked. You can see them faking the photos of Earth. They use a round window to fake the curve. That's suspicious, don't you think? Yeah, listen up. I watched another documentary called Astronauts Gone Wild. Astronaut Buzz Aldrin gets a little riled. All he was asked to do was to swear to God that he went to the moon, but he would not. He was faced with a moon landing denier, had a chance to show that he ain't no liar, but Buzz decided to punch that dude just for asking him to swear if he went to the moon. That's suspicious. So, do you still believe we went to the moon? Do you still believe what they're telling you? Just connect the dots and pretty soon you'll find out what I found out too. But if you question this stuff, you'll be labeled a loon. You'll be called a conspiracy theory buffoon, but I don't care, man. I'm still gonna make this tune, cause I know that we didn't go to the moon.
Why don't you swear in the Bible that you walked on the moon? You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't.
And how about those moon rocks they gave to museums? And thousands of people did see them. But one museum took a closer look. They soon realized that something's afoot. The rock they were given turned out to be a fake. Just a piece of old wood, not a rock from space. Yeah, when God made the moon, he saw it was good, but apparently made it from petrified wood. Yeah, that's suspicious. Listen up. In another museum sits an astronaut suit. Take a good look at the tread on the boot. It doesn't match up with the prints on the moon. And y'all still believe what they're telling you? Or how about that phone call that Nixon made to the moon that's 250,000 miles away? When I can't get a signal on my cell phone line, I guess phones were better in '69. Well, do you still believe we went to the moon? Do you still believe what they're telling you? Just connect the dots and pretty soon you'll find out what I found out too. But if you question this stuff, you'll be labeled a loon. You'll be called a conspiracy theory buffoon, but I don't care, man. I'm still gonna make this tune, cause I know that we didn't go to the moon.
And this certainly has to be the most historic telephone call ever made from the White House.
Yeah, you went straight through those Van Allen belts. It wasn't a problem, right? Nothing was felt. But now you say it's a problem and you can't get through. This problem needs to be solved, according to you. But didn't you solve that problem back in '69 and you flew straight through them 5 more times? You wonder why I think it's fake when there are so many Apollo mistakes, like the telemetry data that's all gone missing. 13,000 reels, are you kidding? A giant leap for all mankind, but you lost the data and no one can find. Come on, man, are you kidding? Do you still believe we went to the moon? Do you still believe what they're telling you? Just connect the dots and pretty soon you'll find out what I found out too. But if you question this stuff, you'll be labeled a loon. You'll be called a conspiracy theory buffoon, but I don't care, man. I'm still gonna make this tune, cause I know that you can't go. No, there's no blast crater from the lunar module. Probably because that thing is just a model. Or the flag that flutters with no atmosphere. Don't you think that's a bit queer? Intersecting shadows means another light source. Do I think it's fake? Yeah, of course. The whole thing was filmed on a Hollywood set. Directed by Kubrick is my best bet. The moon's so cool, we'd love to explore it, but we can't get past low Earth orbit. Do your research, people. I think you'll find that NASA admits that a bunch of times. Listen.
Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the farthest that we can go. And this new system that we're building is going to allow us to go beyond and hopefully eventually take humans into the solar system to explore. So the moon, Mars, asteroids, there's a lot of destinations that we could go to, and we're building these building block components in order to allow us to do that eventually.
I can go to the moon in a nanosecond. The problem is we don't have the technology to do that anymore. We used to, but we destroyed that technology, and it's a painful process to build it back again.